Hey, all you techies out there, and now all you everyday people who are working from home and are forced to work with technology. And don't forget those power bottoms and power users. Speaking of power, ever had the need for real power? Not the political kind, although you do need to exercise your power and vote. What I'm talking about is the electrical kind. And that's what brings us to today's video on the need for power. I'm Darcy, your host, from downtown New York City, once the epicenter of the pandemic, and now we're just coasting along. Today we'll discuss the issues on power in the home office. As the number of devices in your home office increases, so will your demand on power. Let's say an average home office might have 4 to 6 outlets. But if you look at your computers, your monitors, your lights, your camcorders, your charger for your cell phones, then if you incorporate your media center, your TV, your DVR, starts to add up. So you might have up to 30 devices. So how do you bridge that gap between your 6 outlets and your 30 devices? Today we'll look at some of the options, discuss some of the issues, and hopefully bring insight on how to solve this issue. So sit back and enjoy, and welcome to our adventure into the home office on the Power Edition. Now we'll identify the issues and come up with some suggestions. Issue: you don't have enough outlets in your workspace. Solution: you can increase the number of electrical outlets in your workspace by using surge protectors. One outlet can become 12. Issue: the power brick for many of your devices are increasing, while the space between most outlets on surge protectors are not. Your outlets may not be able to accommodate the size of the power bricks of your devices. Solution: power strip towers use height and generally have extra space between the outlets to fit almost any size power brick. To monitor your actual power usage, you'll need an outlet monitor. Many of these are an outlet with a display. Some of the newer ones are a combination of smart outlet with a monitor. These outlets keep track of the power usage while working with Alexa and the Google Home. Some examples are the Balder US Electricity Monitor, which is only $19. And then there's the Top Greener Smart Plug with energy monitoring. This is $24. This seems like a good combination. It combines the monitoring and the connection to a hub. Issue: you want to have more control over the use of your power outlets and maybe even have the ability to schedule usage. Solution: using smart sensors and outlets in your home and office can give you scheduling ability, notifications, and the ability to control lights and other appliances with your voice. And even using a scheduler. Issue: how much do you know about your power circuits controlling your devices? Solution: identify where the power breakers are and what they control. Knowing and recording this information will help prepare you for the day where one of your new devices overloads the circuit breaker and you're working in the dark, which will make it much harder to identify the correct breaker. Issue: a power surge may damage your equipment. Solution: using a power suppression system can protect your devices. Generally, these are called surge protectors. You may think this might never happen, But believe me, it can happen. It's rare, and it's happened to me. During an electrical storm, a power surge overloaded and burnt out my computer, along with several other devices. At the time, insurance didn't cover much. It was a lesson learned. It was many years ago, but it happened. Some of the benefits of surge protectors are the increased number of outlets, surge suppression to protect your devices. Depending on how expensive your equipment is, it may be worth the extra money. Many home offices have equipment and cost thousands of dollars and would take time and effort to replace. Do you have insurance on your equipment? Replacement cost versus typical cost. This is a topic for a separate video. The types of surge protectors go from standard to premium isobar, which isolates your filter banks to help minimize interference between the connections, and AV and PC surge protectors designed for most home office devices. Then there's style, which describes the physical layout of the surge protector. We have wall mounts, which plug in directly into the wall. This generally puts a physical strain on the wall outlet. I don't usually like these. The general strip, this is the main style. It's generally a long cord and many outlets. It helps with labeling, and pulling devices in and out will not strain the outlet in the wall. Extra features may include USB outlets, coaxial and telephone connectors. Then there's the squid, which is an interesting option. It allows you to add items that may not fit into a typical power strip. Then there's the tower. This has extra space between the outlets to accommodate today's larger power bricks. It may also include other extra features like USB outlets. And then there's other types, but generally not applicable to your standard home office, like power racks or medical power. Joules indicate how much energy can be absorbed by a surge protector. It can range from 360 joules to over 4,000 joules. The higher the number, the more your surge protector can absorb a power surge. For computer equipment, you'll want over 1,000. For your more expensive equipment, you want over 3,000. The cord length. Many range between 6 and 8 feet. Then if we look at the power cord ending types, there's the standard, which sticks out from the wall. There is the flat connector type, which has a low profile. This allows you to move other items closer to the wall and does not get in the way of things. There's the angled outlet. When flat, an angled outlet can make sure it doesn't get in the way of other items below. Then there's the rotating outlet. It gives you more options when plugging in other devices. Here's some examples from Amazon. The Belkin 12 outlet power strip surge protector. It got very high ratings. It's only around $25, and it's almost 4,000 joules, so it's a very good protector of your equipment. Then there's the Bototech Surge Protector with 10 outlets. It has over 2100 joules, which is very good for surge protecting. It has a 6-feet cord, a standard power cord ending, and it also contains 4 USB charging ports. Then there's the Amazon Basic 6-outlet surge protector strip. It has 6 outlets, but only 790 joules, which is okay. The powered cord length is about 6 feet, and its powered cord end is standard. Now we look at surge towers. Not really used for their surge protection abilities, the joule number is generally low or not even disclosed, sometimes between 300 to maybe 1,000 joules. They should be plugged into a surge protector for surge protection. One of our examples is the Jacqueled Power Strip Tower with 14 outlets. Its joules is 900. The power cord length is just over 6 feet, and the power cord end is standard. It has 4 USB power outlets. We have the Super Danny Power Strip Tower, which has over 18 outlets. Its joules are unlisted, and it has a standard cord end, and I think it's 6 to 8 feet. I'll have to check. It also contains 4 USB power outlets. Here's an example of squid type surge protector. The Acel Power Squid Flexible Surge Protector has 5 outlets with only 600 joules. Its cord length is 6 feet. Its power cord end is standard. Smart outlets are a part of the new Internet of Things, which incorporates home automation. These smart devices communicate with the hub using a protocol or device language. The 2 main protocols are Zigbee and Z-Wave. So these smart outlets interact with the hub, then the hub interacts with the controller. There are many brands of sensors out there, ranging from temperature sensors to just outlet sensors that will turn on and off the power to the device that it's connected to. Now we look at hubs. A very popular hub is called the SmartThings Hub by Samsung. It has both a Zigbee and Z-Wave antenna. Then there's also Wink, which is Zigbee only. Here we have Habitat Elevation, uses both Zigbee and Z-Wave protocols. It is complex, and it's for the power user. Here we have the Apple TV 4K. Right now it uses a proprietary system, but it's rumored to be incorporating Zigbee and Z-Wave protocols. Most smart speakers and displays have built-in hubs. The interface between a hub and the user is diverse. The user can tap into a system and execute commands with just their voice when they're using a smart speaker. With a smart display, a user can use their voice, but also a touchscreen. Some of the new technologies are even incorporating gestures. Popping the breaker. Sometimes this can't be helped. A device that you use might demand more power than the circuit allows. Then the breaker pops and you're in the dark. It's best to identify where the power breakers reside, which breaker switch controls which part of the house, and place this information near the power breaker. This way, when the lights are off, you'll be able to have an easier time to identify which breaker needs to be changed or turned back. Just make sure you turn off the offending device before you restart the power breaker, or it will tap the power supply right as you turn the power breaker back on, and the breaker will pop again. We are on the verge of an evolution of the home office and technology. It's an exciting time. I hope you will join me on this adventure. Until next time.